Your name is?
My name is Isabell Hoffmann.
I understand you were nominated for an innovation product.
Yes, we are nominated for Restaurant Canada Innovation Product here.
Tell me about it. What is the product?
The product is our sensor compiled or joined with our phone and an app that scans food at the molecular level.
So it scans food, goes to the app, and you read it. It scans food.
It scans the food at the molecular level. It takes that information to the cloud, and then it delivers that information to the app.
So what kind of information would you get from scanning the food? And is it just the raw food, or could it be cooked food as well?
It can be raw food or cooked food. It depends on the application. We have several apps. For instance, one app will track the calories and the carbohydrates, the macronutrients, and fiber and sugar in different foods. Another app will detect the quality control for fruits, such as Brix and acidity and juice ratio. Another app will detect melamine in baby formula or melamine in flour. So it depends on the app. We're currently working on a project for detecting the quality of fish and the authenticity of fish.
Interesting. So how did you come up with this idea?
So the idea was born because my daughter suffers from pre-diabetes, so she needed to track down carbohydrates intake, as well as she's celiac, so she needed to avoid gluten in her food. And as we learned more and more about food, we realized it was really needed in the market to have a product that really broke down without the label the components of the food, so that people can know what exactly they're eating and they can make informed decisions about their food.
So instead of looking at the barcode or the actual list of ingredients in the back of the packaging, being a packaged food, you can actually, like a stealth technology, find out what's really in the food. And if it's not in a package, it's just raw food like at a grocery store, or it's cooked food at a restaurant, you can actually find out what's really in it.
That's correct. So an example is, for instance, those croissants. Today we were scanning croissants. They are baked at home by a French cook, and there's no label. So right. you would want to know, are they really gluten-free or not? What type of sugars do they have? What type of fats do they have? That's an example. But there's many other examples. You want to know if your fish is actually authentic, if the label is correct. There is 1/3 of the fish is intentionally mislabeled in the world. So, for example, a lot of sole is not sole, it's actually Pangasus. A lot of tuna is not tuna, it's actually Excalibur. And we think we are eating a certain fish, but we're not. We're eating an inferior quality fish that sometimes can cause us a lot of problems. And there's several amounts of issues, health issues, due to this mislabel and intentional adulteration of food in the world.
Give me some examples where it's mislabeled and the person has a situation.
Well, a perfect example is actually you eat sushi in a restaurant. You think you're eating tuna, but you're not. You're eating escalliore, and escalliore is a fish that is contaminated very severely with mercury, much worse than tuna, and actually causes gastrointestinal problems. There's other examples, melamine in baby milk. Melamine in baby milk is a very well-known example because in 2008, 350,000 children went to a hospital in China, out of which 6 died because of melamine contamination in baby milk. It still exists today, and it's not just in baby milk, it exists in all sorts of flour, including gluten flour. And it's spread out throughout the world, and we have no way as consumers to really know if our flour is actually clean, is actually safe to eat.
So this app is designed to find out how
melamine
safe and healthy your food is.
That's right. So our goal is to actually come up with knowing exactly what you eat and building a grassroots food revolution, a clean food revolution. Our food should not be contaminated with things. It should be clean, it should be healthy to us. It should not be detrimental to us.
So how much does that cost? Is it available in Canada? It's a new product.
This is a new product, a relatively new product. We are a Canadian company, so yes, it's available in Canada. The product costs $1,450, and then you have the apps. So it depends on the apps. Different apps do different things, and we sell.
So how do you bring the price down?
Yeah, we wish to bring the price down because $1,450 is still quite expensive for a consumer. So the more we sell, the lower the price will come down. It's a question of volumes. And if we have volumes such as 20,000 units, the price goes completely down. So that's what we're trying to do. And also reducing still some of the part costs, because there's part costs in this, actually this is a spectrometer. There is certain costs that could be economized by doing it cheaply, cheaper. So we are examining that and working on that right now.
So you really know how to leave the customer with a good taste in their mouth. First, they know what they're really eating, and secondly, the price has gone down.
Yes, actually, with the taste in the mouth, these actually can be used to pair food with the right tastes, because we can build, modules that actually correlate what we feel in our sensors, in our sense when we eat food, and what the ingredients are. Because this is reading at the molecular level. So that's another application. We're not doing it currently, but it could be done.
And it's just handheld?
It's totally handheld, yeah.
Wow.
And you just click here and you have the light coming out, as you see. And then that light shines to the molecules of the food. And then it reads back the light in, and it creates essentially a fingerprint. Essentially, it looks at the light in the near infrared. A simple way of explaining this is, how do we know we have too much milk in our coffee?
Yeah.
By the color, right? It's the same thing. We're reading color in the near infrared.
Nice. More information?
For information, go to our website, www.tellspec.com, and you'll see, our scientific articles as well as how to order or the new things that we are doing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.